Hey, so welcome to Mixed Reality Rooms, and I guess thanks for taking the time to view this video. In this short kind of clip, what we'll do is we'll cover the dashboard, basically how to set up your experiences to send out to different accounts and how to track kind of the success of those events. And then in the second half, what we'll do is we'll actually jump into an experience to give you an idea of what people do, how they're run, and kind of the full functionality and scope of the platform itself. So diving straight in, what we have on the left is we'll go to rooms first. If we expand rooms and go to view, what you'll see is there is active rooms and inactive rooms. So if I click deactivate, it will go to inactive rooms. Basically, the difference here is in inactive rooms, admins are the only ones that can access it. So if they want to set up an event or an experience beforehand, customizing quiz questions, changing content on the walls, or uploading different presentations, they can do that, and it's not accessible to the public. When the event's ready to go live, they simply just click activate, and then attendees can access it as well. And I'll show you what the process looks like to do that. To create an actual experience, it's super simple as well. So for example, if I'm pitching or I want someone to learn about my RPA solution, I might put introduction to RPA, and I might be pitching the London GSK, for example, RPA for GSK. I will name that the title of the event. I will then pick what environment I want. So we've got a lot of stock environments. So this is a penthouse in New York. We have like a Mars space camp. If you want a more activity-based room, we have a holiday party room, very seasonal, of course. But also what a lot of our clients do is they create their own environments. And once they've created their own environments, they can kind of clone it as many times as they want to send out to their clients. So within kind of 3 clicks, name, select the environment, and click create, you've created a brand new account-based experience, which is kind of more or less ready to go, and you can activate it, and then attendees can join. The last part of the dashboard, again, super simple, is you've got media. So for example, this is where you would upload all your content to the room that you want to display, whether that be videos, presentations, downloads. And then the last part, which is kind of a bit more valuable, is the analytics. So again, this is a sandbox. So there's, I'm not sure if anyone's actually been in here. We'll check. Oh, nice. Yeah. So here's a sandbox account. So it tracks the number of attendees, the number of hours of content watched, who attended, and then also the total number of hours on the platform as well. What we have also on the left-hand side is a combined report, so we can select this by room, select the date range, click create, and what that does is it will pull an Excel spreadsheet of basically a bit more information. So for example, if the attendees answered survey questions, all their kind of long form answers to that would be exported. If they answered quiz questions, what they watched and for how long they watched it, where they spent most of their time, who they interacted with, you can get all of that from a really drilled down Excel report. The last part is organization. So for example, we brand the UI to whatever the color. So, if it's GSK, it's orange. If it's Vodafone, it's red. And clients can change that as well. And that's pretty much it on the dashboard side. So again, super simple, not particularly hard to set up. If we're going to jump into the experience now, we can go to manage. And then what you can see here is, you can change the title of the event. You can add your privacy policy. You can change kind of like the logo that you want to use. But what we'll do is we'll go to access. And here is where you'll find the links to send out to attendees. So you've got attendee links here. Copy, put it in an email, and they can join. But what we'll do is we'll join as an admin first to show you kind of how you can chop and change content. So if I click visit, what it'll do is it will take you to this landing page. I'll move that out the way there. Again, you can customize this. So what information you want to collect on the landing page, whether it's title, email, but generally it's just name and company. You got the title here, the logo here, and then the UI. The next stage is you want to turn on your webcam and microphone. So we don't use kind of like cheesy avatars. You log in as yourself and you can see each other in the platform as well. And in fact, I'll show you that right now because it's probably the most interesting part. So we'll log in again. Log in. If I move like that, here is where you can see the avatar, so you can see the other person in the room, and we kind of opted for this approach over a more cheesy avatar approach because it's a marketing and sales event. We kind of want it to be a bit more professional, and we find it's easier to build rapport when you're looking at the person rather than some green frog in some red NFT swimming trunks. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So what I'll do is I'll take you around the room. You move around using your arrow keys. It's super straightforward. If you go to the bar, you can see that I've set up some quiz questions here. So how many days are there in July? 31. Great, correct. You get feedback here. Adds to the quiz scoreboard. If I come up to here, you can see that we can collect qualitative feedback. So what is your biggest business challenge? I'll type in an answer here and click submit, and then that goes through and we can pull that later. We also have presentation. So if I come up and click watch presentation, I can flick through the slides like this. And you can see that also it updates in real time within the 3D world as well. And you can track the analytics. So for example, if I found this slide particularly enticing, I click that, close presentation, and all that analytics is tracked. What I'll also do at this point is show you that there's organizer action. So again, we've logged in as an admin, so therefore we've got privileges that attendees don't have. So for example, if I want to come up to this screen here, I can see that it all updates in real time. So if I want to change something, all I have to do is come up to this picture frame, search my uploads because I've already uploaded all my content to the room. I don't know what room we use. Maybe we'll just add this video, click save changes, and what you can see is it updates in real time. So it's super easy to chop out and change content. Other things, so again, the 3D environment itself can be changed to kind of however you want it to look. So, if it's seasonal, you might have this holiday room. If you want a more professional looking office in Canary Wharf, we've made that too. But really, we can kind of shape the environments to match your brand. If we go up to certain areas in the room, you can also download items. So if we want to download case study decks, that downloads straight directly to the computer here. So you can see that there. What else have we got in here? We've got the ability to whiteboard. So for example, I've put a whiteboard here on this gingerbread man. You can add sticky notes. You can kind of draw out lines, do everything you can in Miro or Mural. And you can also export this as well. So this is great for kind of workshop sessions. You also have the ability to capture people's faces on photos walls. So this is probably there you go, it's quite embarrassing. But one of our more kind of popular activations, because event managers can export this out afterwards as well. Give that a bit of time. I think it's because I'm got the loom up, it's not loading very quickly as well. And yeah, we can kind of you can also watch content as well. So if I want to come up to this, watch the scissor video, it's super loud. But yeah, you can watch all of this content. Up here, you've got a broadcast button. So for example, how it works in the room is it all works via spatial audio. So depending on where people are in the room, you can only hear people close to you. When you walk away, you can't hear them again. If, for example, you want to broadcast a message across everyone, you'd click broadcast. You've got control of the room. It will say your event organizer is speaking. And it's a way of kind of controlling the herd, so to speak. So generally, they'll make an announcement when you start. Thank you all for coming. The presentation is starting over here in room 1 shortly, or room 2. If you have any questions, go speak to reps. But yeah, that's pretty much a very brief summary of how it works, what it looks like. And if you want this room for your next holiday party, feel free. Thanks for taking the time to learn about what we do. Cheers.